Hello and welcome to day one of the YouTube for Beginners workshop. My name is Michael Demine. I'll be coaching you through this process and guiding you step by step on how to get started as a new YouTuber. Sometimes you may not be a new YouTuber. You may have had your journey started once before and you're picking it back up. Maybe you have a channel, but you haven't been strategically using it and you're not quite sure what you've done. So the reason why I'm starting from the beginning with this workshop is to just speak to everybody to make sure that the way that you set up your YouTube channel is correct and accurate. So you may feel I already have a YouTube channel and I don't need to create one. Okay. Even though you may have a YouTube channel, I still want you to pay attention to some of the things I'm going to go through today, because there are some steps of that process that I see people don't do properly, or they miss the steps. Or sometimes they just simply were using YouTube, using their personal channel and didn't even realize you can set up a YouTube channel specifically for your business so that you can keep your business YouTube content and viewing habits separate from your personal YouTube common habits, uses and habits. So I'm going to walk through the process from the beginning, just so that somebody who may be on here and never had a YouTube channel knows how to create a Google account. It is necessary for you to have a Google account. I do believe they make it so if you have like a Yahoo or one of those other email addresses, you can create that account using that, but you will need to have a Google account. So I'm going to start there just by showing you how to go about getting that set up. That's basically going to be your key to all the different apps that Google makes. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started with the step number one, which is just making sure that you have a Google account so that you can create a YouTube channel. So you can go to google.com and that's going to bring you right to a page that looks like this. I made sure I was totally signed out. If you click on Gmail, you're going to be led to a screen where you can create an account. So just to kind of mimic what it's like to create an account, I'm going to go here and click on create an account, and it's going to ask me what this is for. Now, most of you are going to say for your personal use. For work or my business means that you're working for a company who's giving you a Google Workspace account. You don't want to choose that, even though we're using this for business. So click for my personal use, and then you're going to just go ahead and create your account. And then next is going to ask you to choose your Gmail address. So if you don't have a Gmail address, as I was mentioning, because you'll need one, you'll be able to create one here. So I'm just going to create one. And this is going to be whatever I put in at gmail.com. All right. Now it takes me through to make a password. So you'll want to create a password here and then a recovery password email. So if you get locked out of Gmail or Google and you need to get into it, the recovery email address is going to be an alternative email address that you can get to if they need to send you a reset. Okay. Okay. So it's giving me a chance to review Michael Demond AI powered playbook at gmail.com. Of course, we have to agree to the terms if we're going to use it. Let me just refresh real quick. So now it's loading up my inbox. So this is just step one. In order to create the YouTube channel, you need to have a Google email address. And those are the steps that we went through to do so. Okay. So once you're here, the next thing that you'll want to do is in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see a little square that has 9 dots. This is one of my favorite hidden secrets of Google that most people don't use. What I love about this is that Google makes a number of different apps. So think of this as like their own little app store. These are all the different things that you can use as a Google user, YouTube being one of them, but they have Gemini, which is their AI. There's Newsfeed, your email, Google Meet, which is like Zoom. So there are a number of different things inside of this that you want to make sure that you take some time to explore. I will be doing some trainings and some courses on some of these, simply because a lot of the clients that I work with, I've found aren't using something as simple as Google Drive, and it saves them so much time and energy if they understand how to use that. So what we're going to do here is click on YouTube, and it's going to bring me over here to YouTube, and then I can hit sign in. All right, so it automatically signed me in. And what I want you to do is just click on here, and then you'll see I clicked on the little M with the circle, which was where my picture would be. And you'll see an option underneath that says create a channel. Okay. So creating a channel is something that you can have multiple channels. Don't believe that the email address that you sign into Google with is going to be the one that you have to use. So like I sign into Google using my personal email or my work email. But the channel that I'm using may not always necessarily be that same thing. I have my personal ones that I just use for viewing, and then I create brand channels, which we're going to do today for the sake of creating content specifically for the business. Okay. So the first thing it asked me is my name and then the handle. So this is just like on Instagram where you're at Michael Demond or whatever that is. You can set that here on YouTube. So I'm gonna just put in that my Michael Demond, and I'm gonna say AI powered playbook is my handle. Okay. So hit create channel. All right, now I'm inside the channel. So if I go back up here, notice before we had a little gray circle with an M, and now we have an orange one. And that's because I created a separate account. So if I go to switch account, you'll now see that I have my, my AI powered playbook as a channel, okay? So once you get here to this point where you have your channel, our next step is going to be to customize the channel. And this is really where a lot of your branded features are going to be hidden. Inside of here is where you can upload cover art, and I'll show you examples of that and talk about how you can get that done. You can add a picture for your channel. You can decide how your channel shows up. You can change your handle. So you can see here, my handle is going to be youtube.com/@AI powered playbook. So this is a way to be able to create a brand name for your channel on YouTube. You have pronouns. You can put a description of your channel. This description is going to be important because you're telling Google what your channel is about, so that they can make recommendations to people who are looking for content related to that. So I'm being very specific about who I'm speaking to and what I'm going to be talking about. So I'm going to put that information in here. This is also cool. You can put your links to your other social media channels in here. So let's say, for example, I wanted to put my Facebook in here. I can say Facebook. All right, and now what I would do is copy the link to my Facebook profile. I can come back here, paste it in, okay? And then I can continue to add more links. Contact information, if somebody is on your channel and they want to reach out to you, oftentimes you might get some spam, but you may also get people reaching out for collaboration or to ask questions. So whatever email address you want to use for business, you can place that here. And then watermark is something that we can talk about later. That's just basically putting a logo there that's going to show up in the bottom of your videos. Okay. So I have all that information in there. You want to make sure that you hit publish to save that information. Okay. So let's just do that real quick. I don't want to lose that. And if I was to click go to channel, it'll just show me what I have so far. So you can see my name, my username. You can see what my links are to my social media channels. So I do want to go back to customize the channel so I can show you a couple other key things. The banner image is what's going to show up on top. So let me pull up my other channel so that you can get an idea what that looks like in reality. So in the real world, once you have your channel all set up, you're going to have something that looks similar to this one. And you can see I have my cover art on top. I have my profile picture uploaded. I have a description of what my channel is about. And I also have links to all my website and external places I want to send people. So this part about customizing your channel, the cover art is going to be what shows up on top. That's here. It's going to look different on all the different devices from mobile phones to laptops and TVs, because remember, people can watch your video on their TV. If you click upload, you would need to have all your artwork ready to go, but you would simply just choose an image that you want to add, and then it's going to give you a preview of what that image looks like on the screen. Now, it's important that you pre-plan this part, which is why I didn't include it in day one, because I'm going to talk about different ways you can get your channel art customized, but I do want you to know that's there. All right, let's go to settings so we can cover another very important part of this process for day one, and that's making sure that you answer some of the most basic things about your channel that YouTube needs. You want to go to settings. So I initially went to settings. All right, I went to channel. And then here we have a couple different tabs. One is basic info, one is advanced settings, and one is feature eligibility. So these are important to do on day one. Select your country. So this is where you're operating from. You can put some keywords in. So I can put like AI AI training, AI marketing, whatever that's going to be. Fill those keywords out for yourself. This is going to help people who come to your channel. Number one, it's going to help people discover your channel. And then number two is just going to help YouTube understand who to recommend your channel to. So if people are looking for certain keywords, they'll be able to find your channel if you put those keywords in. Let me go back. Okay. Advanced settings. This is where you can, by default, set some settings for the channel. So one of the most common questions you're going to get asked every time you add a new video is this for kids? YouTube tries to be very strict about making sure that kids aren't seeing adult related content and vice versa. So I know that my audience is not kids, and I just by default always set it to no, set this channel as not made for kids. There's a kids YouTube, so this is why they ask that. And if you get approved to produce content for kids YouTube, then it'll make sure that it adds it to that app. But they do have a process that you have to go through to do that. Okay. If you do any advertising, you can link your Google ad account. That's a bit advanced, so I won't worry about that right now. And then these other things are like automatic captions. If you want Google to put captions on, you can turn that on. Advertisements, if you want to disable ads, you can do so. And then allow viewers to clip my content. You'll see by default this is on. Clips are basically like similar to reels, and I was showing people how to do remix a reel. They have that on YouTube too. So if you want people to be able to clip your videos, then you would leave this checked. If you don't, you would deselect it. Personally, I usually turn it off because I don't want other people using my content. But sometimes it's helpful because people can take like 10 seconds. I think it maybe goes up to 10 or 15 seconds of a clip and share it out to people. So like instead of saying, hey, go to this video and start at this point to that point, you can just allow people to clip and let them take sections. So it could be a beneficial way for you to be able to get more exposure if people share it. But just wanted you to understand what that's about. And then third-party training is allow third-party companies to train AI models using my channel content. Isn't that interesting? Now that's new. So do you want your content to be used to train AI? That's basically what that's asking. And I have that off. Okay. So I'm going to hit save there. And I believe that I don't have to hit save every time, but I just don't like when I'm doing stuff and then I find out it didn't save. So I just do it every time. Now, this is the last key part. Get your channel verified day one. Okay. The reason is because it can sometimes take 24 or 48 hours to get your channel verified, and there's no cost associated with verifying your channel. It's pretty easy to do. By default, you can upload videos, create playlists, and add collaborators. So if I wanted Elvita to be a manager on my channel, I have the ability to be able to invite her to be a manager if I wanted to, or a collaborator, as they call it. Intermediate features is if you want videos over 15 minutes, you want to add custom thumbnails or live streaming. So make sure that you do this. And all you have to do for this feature to be unlocked is verify a phone number. So you're just going to click verify phone number. It's going to ask you for a phone number, send you a text with the code, and you enter it and you'll be done. The last step is advanced features. You can get there two ways doing this one. The fastest way is that you can verify your identity because they don't want people impersonating others on YouTube. So if you do the identity verification, what you would do is they would have you download YouTube Studio, which is an app I'm going to recommend you get. Take a picture and hold your ID, some steps like that. And then just to verify that the person holding the ID and the person in the video is the same person. So they'll have you go through that. The other way that you can do that is you can wait, if you're not interested in sharing your ID that way, you can just start creating content. And then eventually, if you add so much content, then they unlock these features. Some of the things that you want to do and why I recommend you do this step is because it's going to let you create embedded live streams. You can create live streams every day. Otherwise, you're going to be limited. You can create more video shorts. You can put links in your video description. So if you're making a video and you want to link people to your website or to a funnel or anything like that, you can't do those things without being verified on this level. Okay. So make sure that you do that. It won't let you do advanced until you complete the intermediate. All right. So those are the things that I wanted to show you. These other things we'll get in when we start talking more about content creation, but they're not important for day one. Okay. So those are all the basics of what you need to do to get your YouTube channel set up and created. It's day one. Tomorrow, we're going to go into the next step, which is about adding content to there. So to help you, I do have an assignment for you. I did put inside of our workbook, I'm going to show you how to get the workbook if you don't have it already, some tips on how to record a channel trailer. So all of you, when you signed up, got access to our YouTube for Beginners group. And like I mentioned, this is going to be our classroom. This is where you're going to find all the resources that you need to do the work assigned and to get the support that you need. So if at any point as you're going through these steps, you have questions, you can privately message me. There's a chat option inside the group where you can send me a message. You can also make a post inside of the group and ask your question that way. Okay. There's a feature section here. So this feature section is going to show you the main things that I would need you to focus on for today. There was a welcome letter, which kind of gave you a lay of the land of where everything is. I do have a learning module, a course inside of here. So that course is going to give you some extra tips beyond what I'm teaching inside of our training time. It's also going to be where you find the replays, and I'll show you how to get to that. And then last night, I uploaded our workbook, our 10 Powerful Video Marketing Guide tips. So you have access to this PDF guide. Inside of this PDF guide, I have 10 tips for you to be able to understand and and to learn how to use video marketing. But inside there's an assignment that I put in towards the end, which is creating a YouTube channel trailer. I don't have a YouTube channel trailer on my channel right now, so I'm going to be doing this assignment with you. So let me just walk you through this guide for a couple minutes, and then I'll show you where the replay is going to be and let you all go about your business in your day. So inside this guide, it's a PDF document. You'll be able to find just some background information about the power of video marketing, why you should choose YouTube and the benefits you're going to gain from it, how to start simple. I don't want this to be complicated. I want you to use whatever equipment you have. There's some video module that talks a little bit about how to use your camera and set up basic lighting, delivering value in your content. So there's a lot of different tips in here, and make sure you kind of read through this, okay? Because it's really going to help you. What I want to focus on right now is your assignment. And your assignment is not necessarily to record the trailer right now, but I at least want you to do your channel, your planning for it. So a channel trailer is going to be the first video people see when they come to your channel. It's your way of being able to welcome them. I'll record mine today and just share it so that you guys can see how it's set up and you have an example to follow. But it's just a very brief, maybe 1 to 2 minute video that welcomes people to your channel, tells them what it's about and what to expect, and invites them to subscribe. Okay. So if you follow this formula inside of here about how to put your channel trailer together, you'll have what you need to get that done. It says keep it short, 30 to 60 seconds. It really doesn't need to be much longer than that, but it could get longer than that if you add maybe some B-roll clips or any of that stuff. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure you understood where that is, how to get to it, and how to use it. Inside our group, there's a learning tab, and I created a course in there called Tips for Getting Started with YouTube. So if you open that, and then inside here is the course content. So I had some pre-work for you to do before the class. There's a couple of tips on filming and how to set up your channel. Okay, so make sure you go take a look at that. Day one, part one, setting up your channel. This is where I'll upload the replay, but I have some tips in here from other creators. Okay, so your replay will be inside of here.